One of the deepest pains in life is constantly comparing yourself to others. We often ask ourselves, why is she moving ahead so fast while I feel stuck? But we forget one important thing. Her journey and my journey were never meant to be the same. If a fish keeps dreaming of flying like a bird, it will spend its whole life feeling useless, even though it can swim across the entire ocean. Today, social media has made this habit even more painful. We see someone else's success, and suddenly our own life feels small. We stop seeing our own strengths. Slowly, this way of thinking fills the heart with sadness and self-doubt. That's why this story is for anyone who has ever felt, I will never be good enough. Listen till the end, because every line of this story can change how you see yourself in your life. Once there was a small village near a town, and beside that village was a big and beautiful forest. In that village lived a boy named Ethan. He was a hardworking and kind boy. But there was one habit that made him feel sad all the time. He always compared himself with others. When he saw his friend Liam always getting the best grades in class, Ethan would think, I wish I was as smart as him. His neighbor Ryan was very rich. Ethan would think, I wish I had money like him. Even if he saw someone running fast, he would think, why can't I run that fast? These thoughts made Ethan feel more and more unhappy. He couldn't focus on his studies. He didn't enjoy doing anything. All the time he would think, I'll never be like them. One day, a wise old man visited the village. Everyone called him Grandpa Joe. He always gave helpful advice, and people loved listening to him. Ethan went up to him and said, Grandpa, I work really hard, but when I see someone doing better than me, I feel really sad. It feels like I'll never be like them. Grandpa Joe smiled and said, come to the oldest tree in the village tomorrow morning. You'll find all your answers there. The next morning, Ethan went to the tree. Grandpa Joe was already waiting there. He said, look around carefully. What do you see? Ethan looked around and said, Grandpa, there are so many different trees. Some are tall, some are short, some have lots of fruits, and some have none. Grandpa Joe smiled and said, now think if this apple tree compared itself to the coconut tree and said, why am I so short? Or the coconut tree said, I wish I had sweet fruits like apples. How would that sound? Ethan laughed and said, that would sound really silly, Grandpa. Then Grandpa Joe asked, okay, now tell me, how does this whole forest feel to you? Ethan replied, it feels very peaceful and beautiful. Everything seems just right, Grandpa Joe said. Just like life. Every tree in this forest has its own special quality. In the same way, every person also has different strengths. The apple tree gives sweet fruit. The coconut tree is tall and strong. They are different, but both are important. Then Grandpa Joe took Ethan near a pond. There were many fish swimming in the water, and a little further away, a bird was flying in the sky. Grandpa Joe said, now imagine if the fish said, I wish I could fly like the bird. Would that be right? Ethan said, not at all. Fish are made for swimming and birds are made for flying. Grandpa Joe smiled and said gently, then why do you want to be like someone else? You have your own path. You have many good qualities too. Maybe you just don't see them yet. Find your strengths and move forward with them. After hearing Grandpa Joe's words, something changed inside Ethan. He understood every person is different, and comparing yourself to others only brings more pain. From that day, Ethan stopped comparing himself with anyone. He started focusing on his own talents and his own work. Slowly, his confidence came back. Life began to feel fresh and exciting again. A few years later, with his hard work, Ethan built his own business. He became an inspiration for the whole village. Whenever someone asked him, how did you become so successful? He would smile and say, never compare yourself with others. If a fish tries to fly, it will always feel like a failure. But if it focuses on swimming, it can own the whole ocean. So remember this, you were never meant to walk someone else's path. The moment you stop comparing your life to others, you start discovering your own power. Everyone grows at their own time in their own way. Focus on what you do best, move forward step by step, and trust your journey. If this story touched your heart or made you see yourself differently, like this video, share it with someone who needs this reminder today, and subscribe to the channel for more stories that heal, inspire, and change the way you think.